Hello everyone, this is Ash Black, and as you can tell, and as I did promise, this is a drunken video. If you guys like this, of course I could do more drunken videos. Um, but my mind is a little empty, I guess you'd say. Well, the thing is, you see, I'm drinking 180 proof, and basically 180 proof is 80% or 90%, excuse me, alcohol. Because when you have, like if something's 50 proof, it means it's 25% alcohol. So basically you double the percent of alcohol. Say it's 50, you double it to 100, because 50 times 2 was 100, and then you put the word proof behind it, so it's 100 proof. So 100 proof is only 50% alcohol, and I downed about 2 shots of 180 proof, which is 90% alcohol, so it's actually, that's more alcohol than rubbing alcohol, because most of the time that has about 70% alcohol, 70% distilled water. And so since the subject is it's alcohol and I'm extremely lit, we're gonna take a look at Wikipedia, and let's look back and check out moonshine, which is what I drink, and I will not tell you where I got it from or if I made it or not. Let's just take a look back at it, huh? Okay. Moonshine, White Lightning, Mountain Dew, Hooch, or Tennessee White Whiskey. It's high proof distilled spirit, generally produced illicitly. The word is believed to derive from the term moonrakers, furtherly English smugglers, and the, don't know quite how to pronounce it, clandestine. Could be clandestine, clandestine. By the light of the moon. Nature of the operations of illegal Appalachian distillers who produced and distributed whiskey. Now, as you know, I'm sure you all know that whiskey is entirely different than moonshine. Moonshine usually just has a really, I don't know what to call this, a heavy taste. It's pretty much like drinking pure alcohol. Like if you imagine turning up a bottle of, rubbing alcohol, except it's actually more alcohol than 70%. So, and it doesn't have that much of a flavor to it. Just an alcoholic taste. However, whiskey, rum, brandy, they have a very unique character to them, and I enjoy them the most. I am not really a fan, like a big fan of White Lightning or moonshine, but it was available, and I knew it would get me absolutely plastered, and I'm trying my hardest right now to keep it pulled together, which is extremely hard to do. I'd like to just go off and laugh somewhere. That's what it makes you feel like. It makes you either goofy or it makes you very laid back, and in some cases, that makes you angry. Some people are angry alcoholics or angry drunks. Uh, I say angry drunks because most people that you will refer to as angry drunks are alcoholics, because if they were alcoholics, I'm pretty sure you'd refer to them as just angry people. But let's take a look at this. Alcohol concentrations above about 50% alcohol by volume, 100 proof. As you can see, 50% times 2 is 100 proof, are flammable and therefore dangerous to handle. The stuff that I drink will literally light on fire. This is especially true during the distilling process, when vaporized alcohol may accumulate in the air to dangerous concentrations if adequate ventilation has not been provided. So do not light a match. Do not light a match. Let's see. A quick estimate of the alcoholic strength or proof of the distillate. The ratio of alcohol to water is often achieved by shaking a clear container of the distillate. Large bubbles with a short duration indicate a higher alcohol content, while smaller bubbles that disappear more slowly indicate the presence of water, which is very true. A common folk test for the quality of moonshine was to pour a small quantity of it onto a spoon and set it on fire. The theory was that if a safe distillate burns with a blue flame, but a tainted distillate burns with a yellow flame. Practitioners of this simple test also held that if a radiator coil had been used as a condenser, then there would be a lead in the distillate, which is give a reddish flame. The lead to the mnemonic lead burns red, lead burns red and makes you dead. Although the flame test will show presence of lead and fossil oils, it will not reveal the presence of methanol, although poisonous, which burns with an invisible flame. Which kind of scares me, because this had an invisible flame. Oh well, I'm not dead yet, huh? The traditional tests used by British sailors involved gunpowder to prove that their rum was not watered down. Contained at least 57% ABV alcohol by volume. Okay, thank you. No, there's one thing that catches my attention here. That's this word. Now, if you guys don't know this is what a lot of the students who, in college or high school, or even, someone who just likes remembering things, you can use this to remember various tidbits of information. So it's pronounced mnemonic, so silent M. And as I said, it's a learning technique that aids information retention. Now, basically, you can use it to train your brain to use different information and remember clever anecdotes if you want. But usually it's remembering, like, I before E, except after C, things like that. Like, I before E, except after C, and they rhymes. And that's why people remember it. Because when you're writing, you think, I before E, except after C, it sticks in your head. Well, let's see here. I'm tired of this now. What a short attention span I have when under the effects of alcohol, huh? I have noticed I only have a few subscribers now, which is, of course, a blessing in any sense of the word, because it's better than none. I could be just talking to myself, but the main reason I do these videos is not because I want to get popular or want to get famous, which is highly unlikely considering I'm doing ASMR videos. It's because I want to give back, because a lot of my life has been devoted to ASMR, and I've done a lot of things. I have well, let me just put it to you this way. I've studied a lot of things, a lot of mind-altering things, not drugs. I've never been one to experiment with drugs, but I've researched a lot about hypnosis and how the brain works, and I guess that's why I got into ASMR so early, because ASMR was one of my studies, I suppose you'd say. I studied it, and there's not much of a known reason for it. It's not like it's got some kind of a large explanation behind it, but you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. ASMR. And let's see what happens now. Oops, page not found. Well, let's see. We'll type it up in Bing, huh? Research and support. Well, that's interesting, folks. Go ahead and look this up right here. See that right there? I don't really know if you guys like whispering more than hypnotizing, talking, I suppose you'd say. I can't really find the words for it right now because my brain is literally slower, at least 100% slower than usual. But I don't know if you guys like that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and test it out. We'll see what we like, huh? Exposure to slow, accented, or unique speech patterns. Viewing educational or instructive videos or lectures, which is very true for me. Like, I watch PBS. I love public broadcasting because it's just so down to earth and real. It's not full of drama. It's not about, who's pregnant. It's not about throwing sex in everyone's faces. And Bob Ross. I used to watch Bob Ross's Child, and I used to feel that same way, and I didn't quite understand what it was. But I think Bob did. I think Bob knew, because I think he specifically talked like that. And this hypnotic, slow manner that I think that was on purpose. Anyways, experiencing a high empathetic or sympathetic reaction to an event, that confuses me. I have no idea. I have never. That should not be categorized as ASMR. I have no idea what that is. Enjoying a piece of art and music. I have got tingles for music, but it's not the same as ASMR. It gets me actually a lot higher than ASMR. I'm a true believer in rock and roll. True rock and roll, not the stuff these days. I mean old rock, classic, real rock. And this is a song by because I am on a new rush. Might be freed. I'm not sure. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Look, we'll look this up. Blinded by the light. Manfred Mann. Okay. Now in this song, there's a solo. And the solo has to be the best solo ever. I love AC/DC. They are literally, I think, the best band ever in my mind. But even Angus Young solos cannot give me the high this solo gives me. That's totally not it anyway, is it? No, 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 no. We gotta go back to him. I don't care what Bruce Springsteen did. Manfred Mann's Earth Band. It says a British progressive rock group, 1971. And anyways, in that song, Blinded by the Light, not the cover, the original, there's a solo in it that I swear gets me high every time. And so, I literally think he was on some type of drug, because I'm gonna go ahead and take you to the lyrics, and it truly is like he's insane, I think. Madman, drummers, bummers, Indians in the summer with a teenage diplomat. Yeah. In the dumps with the mums, as the adolescent bumps his way to his hat with a boulder on my shoulder, feeling kinda older, I check the merry-go-round. With his fairy and pleasing, sneezing, wheezing, and compatible badge to the ground. So yeah, I think he was absolutely out of his mind. Probably tripping on acid or something, but my god, is that's some of the best music ever. Don't mind the lyrics, just listen to the solo. A couple of the bands I like is Steely Dan. And my favorite is Do It Again, Steely Dan. That's a great song. But of course, let's go ahead over here to Cam Studio and see if I'm wasting too much time. I don't wanna make a video that makes you guys wait too long. Because for me, if a video is too long, I never understand what they're talking about. I always end up blinking out or something, or falling asleep halfway through. And I do think what I'm saying is slightly important to me, so I don't want to put everyone to sleep before I actually get to my point. But what is my point, huh? I suppose I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down and compress it, and I'm gonna go ahead and upload it. I'm gonna go ahead and make another video, because I usually make 2 at a time, and I promise I will be getting a some type of camera soon, or finding one at least. Thank you guys very much, and this is Ash Black.